Hello, America. It is me, the one and only Mr. Royal Diamond. But yeah, I'm back at it again with another video. But this video is going to be about a topic, and the topic is handle pain with grace. Because oftentimes in life, we go through a lot of emotions and feelings, and sometimes we don't understand why or how or where or how come. But here's a little wisdom or insight for all those of you who might be struggling with them. So, what I mean by handling pain with grace is basically when you feel these emotions, when it's like trauma, pain, sadness, unworthiness, self condemnation, shame, guilt, like all these things, or when you're engaging with different people and you catch yourself being triggered by people, by the way they treat you or speak to you, sometimes or oftentimes, best thing to do is just kind of like pause, take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, because not only do that help with kind of give you more oxygen, it helps calm you down. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a fit of rage or when you're getting upset. So you have to learn how to respond to things instead of react to things. You know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes the moment you feel something, if you haven't built that self-restraint, that resilience to kind of be like, I understand what you're saying, kind of keep your composure, because two people angry and fighting would never come to a resolution. You know what I'm saying? But not only does that help center you and keep you calm and composed, but it also helps you build a habit. With any habit or getting rid of a habit, it takes patience and practice. You know what I'm saying? So oftentimes you feel like this turmoil or like this, the triggers basically how you feel. So handling pain with grace is basically like, instead of an eye for an eye or you take it upon yourself to seek vengeance, you give it to God. This is why I'm a firm believer in God. This is why I always talk about God in everything, because God is in everything, and the word teaches you how to carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? So instead of you being known for the person to be like you're easily triggered or you're always popping off, as people say, or you're always arguing or fighting or you're always being negative, you have the power to change and become better, not only for your future self, but for your internal self. You know what I'm saying? Because who wants to be mad all the time? Who wants to be angry and fighting with everybody all the time? You know what I'm saying? You want to be attractive. You know what I'm saying? Being just always loose at the lips makes you unattractive. People don't even want to deal with you. So why add more to your plate when you could take stuff off your plate? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. So getting back into it, so handling pain with grace, instead of treating people the way they treat you, sometimes you have to dig within yourself, the God in you, the more spiritual self of you, and show compassion and understanding and just listen to what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people may talk to you about certain things, but the tone of voice or the way they deliver the message doesn't quite sit well with you, or certain words. Something you gotta understand, that just because someone's showing their reflection to you doesn't mean it has anything to do with you, but everything to do with themselves and how they're dealing with things internally. That's why it's so important to show grace and compassion in the midst of this. So in order for you to see the goodness in people, nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? People have the good days or bad days, but you do have power the way you respond to things and how you react to things. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you mature spiritually or emotionally or mentally, the more you are better to be a blessing that God created you to be. Because if you're mad when someone's mad at you or they're lashing out to you, now you're in your feelings, you can't be that blessing for them in that moment. It's called for. It's the reason why you could be having a good day, da da da, and it could be either God trying to teach you something by sending someone towards you that might come off a little rough around the edges, or it could be the enemy trying to knock you off your feet. You know what I'm saying? So, in your journey with God, there's going to be many moments where you're going to come across many different people, different background, the way they carry themselves, the way they speak. And sometimes people may come off headstrong, may come off a little like assertive or aggressive, but it has nothing to do with you. Something you got to be like, oh, I get it, I feel it. And you have the power to break the ice. You have the power to make that change in them. You know what I'm saying? Because you could just talk to them, treat them as a human being, love them as you would love yourself, show compassion and understanding towards them, and you doing that blesses them. You know what I'm saying? Now they're able to go back and be like, wow, wow, and you bring that peace and harmony into them. You give that to them. You're giving life. God gives you life. He gives you positivity. He gives you all these things. You can give it to his people. You know what I'm saying? God wouldn't send people towards you if you're not able to handle them. You get what I'm saying? So oftentimes it's always a blessing in the lesson because it's teaching you something greater, more than yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start following God and Jesus, you become the reflection of who they are, and through their teaching, and through their love. You know what I'm saying? How many times did God forgave me personally? When I was upset or angry or lashing out or being bitter or angry or try to do things on my own. You get what I'm saying? So if God can have that kind of love and forgiveness, compassion towards me, I could give that to other people. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a lesson in everything. You know what I'm saying? Because growing up, we don't know no better sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We know what we know because we thinking we're just like we're big and bad when we're not. You know what I'm saying? But when you start maturing in your journey with God and you start seeing that what you say and how you carry yourself and treat others does have consequences. You know what I'm saying? You do make a difference if you realize it or not. You know what I'm saying? So why not be the person that is the reflection of Christ? You know what I'm saying? That you are the hope that God sent to be for someone who needed it at that time. You know what I'm saying? So handling pain with grace is just sitting back and not letting your flesh or your emotion get the best of you because someone just come off or rub you off in a different way. And this is an everyday thing you have to always redefine. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it be like you should be minding your business, going to work or doing shopping or whatever, and it would just be something, or someone would say something, look at you, and you be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Lord, take the wheel. You know what I'm saying? You're not saying this, but you're feeling it. You feel like it's basically, I put it like you, the flesh about to, but God is like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's not you. That's not you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you feel like you about to woo woo, you know what I'm saying? God's going to be like, bye bye. You know what I'm saying? Hold you back real quick. Like, take it easy. Take it easy. Because you don't know what battles people are fighting. And this is so true. People fight so many internal battles mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that you don't want to be the reason why they over the edge, or they just adding more to someone else, or they're on the road acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a miracle. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing that you can sit back and be like, wow, like God chose me to be a difference. You know what I'm saying? That me out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? It's like a blessing because he created all of us for a purpose. Because the more kindness and love and respect and peace you show to everybody, regardless of how they're coming at you, the more you are able to shine, and the enemy can't take your smile. You know what I'm saying? The enemy would never win because God done won all the battles. He done won everything. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you on your journey to grow and become the person he created you to be. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know it's not easy. Oh Lord, I know it's not easy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But there's always a miracle because you don't understand things now. But the peace that he's going to give you through all of this, it's just going to be mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's exhausting. Yeah, you just want to scream and fight. But when you really sit back and just take deep breaths and be like, wow, I was able to give something to someone who needed it, even when they was mad at me, or even your enemies. You know what I'm saying? Even your enemies. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand that we were all once there. You know what I'm saying? If God can forgive us and still love on us and still accept us and help change us with the patience that he has for us, then we can at least try to do that for others. We have the power to change the world. We have the power to change how things are in people's life. If only you're willing to take that one small step. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to have it all figured out. But you can just, like, dear Lord, help me to be a blessing in whatever form or way I could be for whoever needs it. You know what I'm saying? So your glory is manifested. They can feel your love, and by your grace and miracle, they can discover you or more of you. You know what I'm saying? Because God is beautiful in everything that he do. You know what I'm saying? But with that, I am done. I thank you. I love you. God bless you. Remember, 100K is the goal. Until my next video. Thank you. Peace.